Hello everyone, it is the final week. Yes, the final week. In fact, this might be the final Monday first look. I think the final is on... Is it on Sunday or Monday? I don't know. But we're getting close to the end. Let me cover myself there. But anyway, welcome to today's first look. I can't really believe that we are almost at the end of this season already. It has really whizzed by, hasn't it? And I wish this video would whiz by so that you could go back to doing what you love, namely resting in bed and feasting with your friends. I know that's what you all do. None of you work. You're all too rich and successful. Okay, so this is what's going to happen in tonight's episode. On the terrace, Tony and Cash celebrate the fact they're coupled up and happy with where their romance is going, with Cash saying, "Let's see if I can give you your fairy tale ending." Elsewhere in the dressing room, Harry and Shakira debrief on the recoupling that's brought them back together. Harry admits of the fire pit, "That was not easy, not in terms of who I was going to pick, but just both of you," Shakira and Helena being stood up there. Shakira replies, "I can't believe we're back at day 2. Right back to where we started, further back if that's even possible. This is no good." Harry says, "No, I think it's good. It doesn't feel good, but I think it's going to be really good." Shakira warns, "Baby steps." Harry replies, "Yeah, I'm good with that." But as they cuddle and Harry leans in for a kiss, Shakira turns to give him her cheek. Harry concedes, baby steps, baby steps. That was actually what we saw in our exclusive clip on last night's Aftersun, wasn't it? That moment where she doesn't kiss him on the lips. The next day, Harry sets about making a breakfast date for Shakira. After asking Helena what she's eating, a yogurt bowl, he then makes that for Shakira, which doesn't go unnoticed by other islanders, including Meghan. Watching on as they eat, Helena says, "A breakfast date he would never give me." DEJON'S says, "Exclusive 3 days, and now he's discarded you. It's honestly terrible. I thought DEJON'S said last night to Harry that he was his friend." Helena replies, "Just acting like I've never existed in this villa." After seeing it unfold, Helena decides to pull Harry to question his actions. Okay, yeah. That's all as I kind of expected it would go. I mean, the fallout from this is not going to be nice. I think particularly from Helena's side of things, I think she's very angry with Harry as well as very hurt. And I understand that. Even though, as Emma said on Love Island Aftersun last night, I did try and warn her several times, but she wasn't really listening. It took getting all the way to the Grafties for Helena to finally realise this man has made a mug out of me. But Harry shouldn't do that. He should cook his own food and from his own head for Shakira and not copy anything that's Helena's having or whatever. But sometimes I feel like people lack originality, so they just copy others, which, you know, I understand, but doesn't mean it's good. So I think we're going to see this battle go on for a little while. Bit strange from DEJON there, but, you know, dare I say anything against DEJON, because I know what kind of comments I'm going to get. But last night he went to great pains to take time to say to Harry, "I'm still your friend," to sleep, or join him rather, in the sunbed, you know, after he'd spent the night outside. And I thought, okay, because in the previous episode to that, DEJON had said, "I'm no longer team Harry and Helena. I can't believe what he's done. He told me one thing, but was actually doing another, blah, blah, blah." And now he's, you know, bad-mouthing Harry again. You know, you're either, you know, you gotta, if you're friends with someone, you've got to say, look, what he's done is not good, but at the same time, I'm his friend, so I'm just going to say, you know, he's confused right now, he's just making rash decisions. If I was you, the best thing I can say is just ignore him. He's being a bit of an idiot, but like I say, I'm his friend, so I've got to stick by him. Do you know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is, eh? Tony is sitting on the terrace when suddenly and very unexpectedly she hears her mum Leslie shout, "Is Tony here? Where's Tony?" Is that how her mum talks? Realising friends and family have come to visit the villa, Tony races downstairs to greet her mum, who has flown in from Florida. Tony's best friend, Marielle, has also made the trip, and she jokes of being in the villa. It's like meeting our Sims in real life. As they catch up, talk turns to her daughter's romantic relationships in the villa, with Leslie saying, "The Harrison thing. I'd love to know what voodoo spell he put on you." Tony replies, "Sometimes you've got to get burned 150 times before you can't get burned anymore." I have to say, these are very American lines, aren't they? Leslie insists of Cash, "You have the most amazing man. His morals, his ethics, his calm demeanor. When he's confronted with a bad situation, he is my king." Tony laughingly replies, "No, he's my king. Back off." Meanwhile, Cash is catching up with his brother Deshay and sister Ija. They discuss him being upset by Tony and Harrison's actions. Cash admits, "You don't understand how embarrassing it was." But his sister insists. "Everyone felt it," she adds. "It hurt to see you cry." Deshay adds, "I had to look away." The two friends and families then mingle, but Leslie has some direct words of advice for another islander, Harry, before she leaves the villa. What does Leslie tell him? Well, I don't know if you've watched any of Leslie's TikToks, guys, but if you haven't, take some time to do so. She's very entertaining. I recommend it. Meg's mum and sister, Nathalie and Paige, arrive alongside DEJON'S mum and sister, Demelza and Jean. In unison, Meg's mum and sister yell, "Where's our Meg?" Meg's sister Paige wants answers, saying to Meg, "You let him get away with a lot, though. Why?" Oh, okay. And DEJON'S mum, Demelza, has some thoughts for her son, saying, "In the beginning, it was like you had verbal diarrhea. No mother needs to hear about your threesomes and how much you love sex. I just wanted to go, shut up." DEJON'S mum adds, "You're a big flirt. Didn't know that." Oh, okay. DEJON stiffly replies, "You lot just come in to cook me or what?" Maybe he'll shut his family down as well. His sister Jean insists, "We've been watching you for the last how many weeks? You need this feedback." When Meg asks her family, "Does everyone like Dee or just wary of him?" will she get the answers she wants? I'll be very curious to know that. Jamie's brother Michael and mum Tina arrive with Yasmin's twin sister Zara and Mitra. Tina tells Jamie, "You are her golden retriever," to her black cat. Zara tells an emotional Yaz, "I'm literally getting stopped. People are coming up to me thinking I'm you. The amount of messages I've got saying, 'Tell your sister she's an icon. She's a legend.'" As Yaz starts talking about the future, Tina is impressed and says, "I love the fact you're looking outside of the villa as well." Harry's best mate and mum Julia arrive alongside Shakira's sister Shanti and mum Sakina. Cutting to the core of recent issues, Shakira tells her family of Harry, "I adore him and I really wish I didn't. That's the problem. It'd be easier if I hated him, but I don't." Her mum Sakina says, "What I will say with him, he can prove himself to you before he has to prove himself to me." The other islanders then watch on tenterhooks as the two families come together at the fire pit. As Harry walks over to the fire pit to greet them, Sakina keeps her seat and tells him, "We're not hugging, Harry." Ooh. Sakina goes on to add of him ending things with Helena, "I think the whole of the UK is surprised. I'm sorry, but we thought it was undeniable, Harry." How will Harry handle even more pointed questions from Shakira's family? And also, what will Harry's own mum have to say of the whole situation? Well, if you saw Harry's mum on Aftersun a few weeks ago, you'll know that she joked about disowning him, but she was clearly shocked by his behaviour. But then, rather ironically, last night Emma said in Aftersun that Harry and his mum are really close, like brother and sister. So now I'm thinking, well, if they are close like that, then maybe she won't have anything bad to say to him. Or maybe she just forgives him really quickly. And you know what? At the end of the day, Harry is her son, and I think we do tend to forgive our children quicker than we forgive others because they're our kids. So there we go. I do think Harry has to face the music again and again because his exploits have been exposed so many times on this season. And it looks like DEJON is facing some music as well. But of course, we all know he's done nothing wrong. Okay, so if you're going to write a nasty comment about me hating DEJON, I'm saying it now. He's done nothing wrong, okay? Absolutely nothing wrong. The reason his family are accusing him of this is because they just don't know him. Anyway, it looks like it's going to be an interesting episode with friends and family visiting. I do like these episodes because sometimes you get some home truths from those who know you better. And I always like that. When, you know, a mum will say, "Look, I don't understand why you like this boy," or a dad will say, "Look, this girl is just not the girl for you, son, sorry." And I always find it interesting how they respond to that. Sometimes you get the people who listen and think, yeah, maybe I should adhere to my parents' wisdom, and sometimes you get the chicken neck types who go, yeah, well, they don't know anything, we're going to prove them wrong, blah, 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 blah. So it'll be interesting to see who chooses which side. Well, that's about it for today's first look, guys. Hope you're looking forward to tonight's episode. I think we're likely to split it into two parts. I don't think we'll get all the friend and family visits today because there's obviously stuff that's happening at the beginning of the episode as well. And yeah, they'll stretch it over two episodes and then we'll be racing towards the grand finale. Now, before I leave, I just wanted to put a couple of videos at the end of this video that are unsettling. So we have a weird situation here where some TikTokers have been making videos about Blue, and one of Blue's friends has been leaving racist comments. under their videos. Not like subtle racist comments, just out and out racist comments. And I always think this is a kind of poor reflection on someone if you're friends with people who use this kind of terminology and these sort of phrases and language. Now, of course, I have to give Blue the benefit of the doubt. He may not know this person particularly well. He may not know this person has this side to them. But if he's known this person for a length of time, such as more than a year, then he would have seen this in this person and should have blocked and unfollowed them by now. So I'll leave you with this lot. Shame it's not particularly positive, but again, a timely reminder that, yeah, sometimes people are just unpleasant, aren't they?
Here's why Blue needs to get out of the villa. You know that saying, show me who your friends are and it will tell me who you are? Well, this applies to Blue and Mr. Aaron. So, Aaron thought it was very appropriate to enter my comments underneath this infamous video. Thank you so much for the love. And he thought it was appropriate to call me a wog. And you could really tell he made sure he could get that comment in there because he changed the zero, changed it from an O to a 0. If you guys don't know what a wog is, it's basically short for gollywog. Do your research on what a gollywog is a racist term. It was a racist toy back in the day to refer to black people. And one of my supporters, big up one of my supporters, big up her 10 times, she did her research and she showed me that Aaron and Blue follow each other on Instagram. Now isn't that something? And you want to know what else Aaron said to me? Wait. Then he had the audacity to tell me to sort my nose out. And I just thought, now this cutie, patootie, natural ass, born breaded nose, my nose? Aaron, really? Now let's put him on full blast. Now, I've been doing this for years and I have been trolled left, right and centre, but never have I ever been trolled by a Love Island contestant's friend. Listen, if you're going on Love Island next year, please make sure that you tell keep your friends and your family in check, because I am not the creator to mess with. If anything, you cannot troll a troller. I will troll you and make sure that you know that I know who you are. I will find you, I will put you on blast and I will report you to the police. I don't play those games. And you know what? Everyone's going to be like, RT, like you're going to have to get used to it. It happens to Beyonce, it happens to Kimberly Kardashian, and I know, and I'll get used to that at one point, but we're not at that point yet, baby. So I'm gonna use all the immaturity I've got left in my bones to put these motherfuckers on blast. Aaron, really, darling, let's get the full there he is, guys. There's a full government name there. Fuck with me. And Blue, get the fuck out of that villa.
So I'm in the barber shop, right, waiting for my trim. You know, we have to get the fresh trim. You already know the tea, you already know the gag. So I'm waiting in the barber shop and I'm checking my notifications on this app. But in the request, it shows that, you know, people send you messages. So I happen to go in the request just to see who's sending me a message, because sometimes some of y'all send some nice stuff and sometimes some of y'all send some meaningless, hurtful, nasty comments. So I decided to check this one. Let me show you lot the tea. So Luca Cuts decided to say a positive message to me this morning. He said, first of all, if you're gonna come at someone, make sure your spelling is in tip-top shape, okay? Make sure it's in tip-top shape. He said, yo, go F yourself. First of all, if you're gonna insult someone, don't go yo. Like, I'm not your mate, I'm not your friend. Don't yo me. Just say what you need to say. Or don't say anything at all, as a matter of fact. But if you really gotta get it off your chest, then obviously say it. He's like, don't chat shit about Blue, you effing monkey. Okay, cool. Not okay, cool, but you lot know what I mean. Like, okay, cool, calm. So obviously, I was like, wow, he's not on a burner account. It's not a fake account. He's actually showing his face and his name. Okay, so you know me, I had to do a little research. Clock it. So then I went on the Insta. It turns out, okay, cool, he's actually a barber. Cool, good for you. Love that for yourself. You know, obviously, I'm a person. I'm always gonna, you know, set out positivity when it comes to people and their businesses and stuff like that. You know, I hope he continues to grow. Even though he said his hurtful shit to me, I hope his business grows, you know? I actually really hope it does. And then it all made sense. Blue is one of your clients. You fucking waste, man. He's one of your clients. That's why you're so far up his ass. It makes sense. It actually makes sense. So that's why you decided to throw a racial slur towards me over this man. And I bet he's not even your friend. I bet he's not even your mate. That's just someone's hair you cut. He comes in the barbershop, greets you, he gets his haircut, he goes about his business. I bet he doesn't even follow you. I bet he doesn't even... You know what? Let me go and check. I'm actually going to go and check. Okay, I'll give it to you. I just went and checked your followers. He does follow you. Okay, cool. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. He follows you. But for you to send a message to me, a racial message as that fact, because I have an opinion about an irrelevant person in the villa right now, which is the person's hair that you cut. I said what I said and I stand on business. Who's checking me? I want to know now who's checking me. Because ain't none of y'all checking me. You can't come on this page. You're lucky I don't block your stupid ass. But you know what? I love people like you that come with hate because it gives me content, to be honest with you. So go crazy.